It's tax time. All of you should have received your 1099s by now. There are a lot of reports out there that the 1099s are not matching the independent contractor's records. Some are higher, some are lower. There's some reasons for that, but there also could be some foul play at hand. It's very important as independent contractor that what you report is accurate. In this video, I'm going to show you what number you should report to the IRS, how to address any mistakes that may have been made, and also share a story of someone that's in my discourse community, my Patreon group, and how they addressed a mistake that was on their 1099 and what was said in return. Hey everyone, Gig Coach Jake here, your go-to for fact-based gig economy news, tips, and tricks. There has been a lot of reports about DoorDash. They're the company I'm going to use for this example. Also the one I have the story about, a dasher that was able to get theirs changed quickly and easily. I will share the steps they went through and also what they said in the end to DoorDash. With that being said, let's get right into it. Some of you are wondering, well, how the IRS even know that they don't match up? Well, the IRS matches nearly all 1099s with the other forms they're sent in. If they don't match, the IRS is going to send out what's called a CP 2000 notice to taxpayers saying they owe more money. Which means if what you report does not match what DoorDash reports, the IRS is going to take their report as what's correct, unless you can provide some type of evidence or proof otherwise. If they reported higher than what you report, you're going to have to not only pay extra taxes, but you might have to pay some penalties on that as well. So again, it's very important that we're proactive here and get the accurate number submitted to the IRS. Now on the DoorDash website, it tells how they calculate their earnings. They add up all the payments that they deposited into your account in 2019. The dates they use are the dates they deposit money into your account, not the dates you completed your dashes. For example, say that the last week of the year in the DoorDash pay period ended January 2nd. You received a deposit on that day or soon after. That will be earnings counted for 2020. Now for 2019, any earnings that are deposited in your account from January 1st on, so you might have earnings from 2018 if you've been doing this over a year. Again, go to your bank account, add up all the deposits. This should be accurate unless you are someone that used your own debit or credit card and received reimbursement pay. The majority you did not. You used the red card or the app where they're already paid for. Therefore, any deposits coming through should be accurate in the earnings that you made from DoorDash. That will be the number that you submit to the IRS. If it doesn't match, you'll need to provide records of those deposits into your account to back your side and you'll be okay. But there's a couple more steps to that. It's not that easy. Yes, the chances of you being audited are less than 1%, incredibly small. But what if DoorDash were to be audited? If they were audited, they'd then go and find out that the 1099s they submitted were incorrect and you submitted a different number than what they find to be correct. They can then come audit you and come after you for not only the money you owe, but interest and penalties. This is a very big deal. This is important, people. So don't just think because it's off a little bit of that, or I just dashed, I didn't even make too much money. Very small percentage. It's almost like thinking about speeding, right? How many cops are on the road in relation to how many people out there? Very small percentage. But guess what? At some point, you could get caught. It's better to dot your I's, cross your T's to ensure that's not going to happen. Now, if you're one that's pretty sure, you're still confident that your numbers do not match up and yours are accurate, this is what you need to do. Here's an article that kind of explains what you can do if you receive an incorrect 1099 form. It talks about the 1099s are submitted to the IRS at a certain deadline that's after you receive it. So the IRS may not have received it. You still have time to get it corrected before they have an incorrect. And if it's already been sent to the IRS by the time you contact them, there's a spot on the form where they can mark corrected. There will be a corrected box. That way, it will match your records and what you submit to the IRS. Here's the 1099 form, and at the very top, you'll see the corrected box. Now, that will be checked when they've gone back and fixed these. So for that dasher that I'm going to share the story with at the end of the video, he will now have another 1099 sent into IRS. It will have that box checked and be corrected, and it should match his records. Now, if the issuer of the 1099 does not cooperate with your request, there isn't an easy answer. It may require that you make multiple phone calls to different departments. But first, you're going to call DoorDash support. That will be your very first step in this. Support. If you do not get any help there, maybe you go and try to get a number for accounting. You need to use whatever resources you can to find the proper number. But again, I have a story at the end of a dasher that went through these steps successfully. He called DoorDash support. You can try contacting the IRS to address the problem. If the payer still refuses to cooperate, it will require you to address the incorrect 1099 on your tax return, including an explanation or additional documentation with your tax return may be able to ensure that the IRS does not think you received less income than you actually did. Meaning they won't come after you for any money that you may owe and then have penalties on top. You'll be in the clear. So very important that you go through these steps I'm about to share in handling a 1099 that has incorrect totals. This is from the actual payable site, the ones that DoorDash use to submit your 1099 that you go and log in and receive that information. You'll see right there they have, if this form is incorrect or has been issued in error, contact the payer. If you cannot get this form corrected, attach an explanation to your tax return and report your income correctly. Now I know some of you are thinking lawsuit. Good luck with that. Your best bet is just to get it corrected and accurate to begin with and move forward. Now, like I said, first you're going to contact them via phone. Contact DoorDash support. Might not be a lot of help. And like I said, just a little bit, I'm going to share a story and the actual emails and sent back and forth in the process you're going to go through to get this fixed. Next thing you'll do is you'll send an email if the phone call does not work. Email is great because you'll have record of what was said back and forth. Phone call, you only have record if you record it. If you're recording the call, make sure you let them know at the beginning, I'm recording this phone call for my own record. That will cover you in any situation as far as like one party, two party consent. I'm not going to get into all of that. The third thing you'll do, if you cannot get it corrected, you can escalate to a lawyer. I don't suggest. You're just going to submit what you have to the IRS. You're going to submit the earnings that you have record of, that you're confident, 100% confident what you have record of is accurate. And like I said, what you have record of must be the deposits that you received, not the earnings you had. So January 1st, January 2nd, if those were paid on the previous or the next year, you cannot add those. Make sure that what you're adding up are what was deposited per the pay schedule on DoorDash. I'm not going to get too much of that. You should be able to know. But if you don't, just go ahead and ask in the comments and hopefully we'll be able to help you out. So again, phone call, email, and then just submit what you have if you're 100% that what you have number-wise is correct. And then you have to submit some type of proof. Maybe it will be the screenshots of your bank statements of all these deposits. I'm not sure. But now let's take a look at the story I have to share that will help a lot of you. Now, like I said earlier in the video, this dasher contacted DoorDash via phone, DoorDash support to begin with. Let them know he had screenshot. They then asked, hi, please attach the screenshot, your reference numbers for this request, and then they gave a reference number. The screenshot they wanted was of the 1099 he was sent. Why do they need the 1099 they have record of? That makes no sense. Now, I can understand if the screenshots they wanted were proof of his earnings. This gets better. He emailed them back right away at that 1099. 3 days later, he's still not heard from them on what was going to be done. So he sends this email at 11:01 p.m. I'll give you guys until Monday to at least offer a response to this before I escalate this issue to the IRS. This is ridiculous. Only 18 minutes later, he didn't receive an email from DoorDash. He received an email from Payable, the third-party company that's taking care of these 1099s and basically sending them out to all of us via email. DoorDash has corrected your 1099 miscellaneous. Your new 2019 1099 miscellaneous is now available for you in Payable. You can access this from any device, download the PDF, blah, 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 blah. Now hold on. Let's put on the brakes. He sent them a screenshot of the 1099 that Payable sent him that DoorDash sent to Payable. They all of a sudden corrected out of nowhere from the incorrect amount to the correct amount. Doesn't that seem fishy? How do you go without any other evidence from incorrect number to the correct number? They're banking that the majority of you are going to miss this completely. So please share this video. Facebook, everywhere on the internet, social media, all Dashers should be seeing this video or any video of this like that's given them the information to go get corrected, to go back into their bank accounts and statements and make sure that what they receive is correct in relation to what the 1099 reports. I guarantee DoorDash is committing tax fraud and they're banking they can get away with it because they know the majority of you do a crappy job at keeping track of your business. Yes, you're a business owner. Take a look at this video. They're banking that you still have an employee mindset. I've always said DoorDash is the Uber of food delivery. Who is Uber? They're one of the most unethical companies I've ever seen. And they've gotten away with so much, it's crazy. Let's see what DoorDash sent just after this Payable email. Thank you for contacting DoorDash regarding your 1099 miscellaneous form. I verified your earnings for 2019 and I've corrected your 1099 miscellaneous form with the correct amount of total earnings. The correct amount you originally had? DoorDash calculates the subtotal of the Dash's earnings in 2019 based on the date earnings were deposited and is not based on the date you completed your Dash. Okay, then how'd you screw up the number? I don't know why you're explaining this to us. Some Dashers that were completed in December 2019 that were deposited on or after January 1st, 2020 will not be included in the 2019 1099 miscellaneous form and will be considered for your 2020 earnings. This also includes any Dashes that were completed in December 2018 but were deposited into your account on or after January 1st, 2019. So for example, again, let's say you had some money that you made in the end of December 2018 that was then deposited into your account in January of 2019. Those are 2019 earnings. Yeah, that whole week, the whole entire week. Whatever was paid in that December and into January, whatever it may be, make sure you have that correct. Let's look at the last email that was sent in closing. Then they had the nerve to have this in there. Please keep in mind, as independent contractors, Dashers have the responsibility to keep track of their earnings and to accurately report them in their tax filings. Yeah, we understand it's our responsibility. Now, if we screw up, we're going to be screwed later. You're going to be free and clear like everything else. If you have any questions about your own taxes, please consult a tax professional. And I love this Dasher's response. I do calculate my earnings. That's how I knew you guys screwed up. Thanks for getting it corrected though. And any of you that did screw up and didn't report the correct earnings, that sucks. It sucks that DoorDash is screwing you over. So for all you out there saying DoorDash is so great, get out there and Dash and give more deliveries, this company is unethical as crap. You're an independent contractor, work smarter, keep track of your earnings and everything you do within your business, your miles, your earnings, your expenses. I can't stress this enough. You are a business owner. Take responsibility. Quit passing the buck off and using excuses. Now, if you're one that gets an email from the IRS later on, that sucks. All the information is right here on how to get this taken care of. So go be proactive. Screw DoorDash. This is nonsense. And let's continue to work smarter and be our own boss. With that being said, I'm going to wrap this up. Hope you all have a great day, evening. Be safe out there. And as always, hashtag low pay, no way, and screw the nonsense.